please don't be too risk averse. I think, especially the way the TV industry is going now, we're kind of reliant on pre-existing hits and pre-existing ideas, and there's a lot of brilliant, risky ideas coming from brilliant young minds, and I'd love them to give them a chance.
I think TV's become quite safe, you know, and quite predictable, and I think, you know, that there is a kind of, you know, like if you look at the history of Channel 4, for example, you know, that they're sort of, you know, this massive kind of like surge of like kind of creativity and, you know, risk taking that happened, and I'm just not sure if that's necessarily as true now as it was in the past.
My message to the top people would be to keep investing in news, because it's so important, and it's such an important part of people's lives, and there are so many cutbacks at the moment, especially in regional news, but you speak to people in the regions and they love regional news, they love being connected to their presenters and their reporters, and I think it's going to be such a shame if we lose regional news in particular. It will be terrible, and also I don't understand where national presenters and national reporters will come from if they haven't nurtured the talent early on, and it's just continuing that investment really.
I would like for acquired shows to, in the UK, to be bought by, you know, the broadcasters that will do a really good job with them and treat them well and support them well, and hopefully kind of, you know, establish individually the best possible sort of reputations that they can have for showing those particular programmes.
I'd like to see more work from female writers, and also shows that have a distinct female sensibility, that aren't just, you know, that aren't twee, but kind of edgier projects with women at the heart of them.
You know, thinking outside the box, pushing the envelope, and just perhaps revising how we approach the audience, because I think they're savvy these days. You know, they've got so many platforms in which to kind of, you know, to inform them and to entertain them and to keep them interested. I think that we have to evolve, you know, along the same lines basically, and I don't think we can get left behind, because the audience certainly aren't.
More opportunities, more ways in, and not have to start so, you know, perhaps so far down. You know, I think that sometimes there's certain areas that are completely difficult to get into, that you have to go into another area you're not really that interested in to try and get into an area that you are quite interested in.
Keep an open mind about young people and what they can bring to the industry, and at the same time realise what a wealth of knowledge and understanding you have in a lot of the older generation that have also worked in television for a long time. They can also bring a lot to your programmes.
Commissioners should be bolder. They should be, you know, it's always the case that a show that, you know, has some thinking behind it, but is presenting, you know, something in a new light or in a new way, then it gets more viewers, you know, and occasionally it takes a series or two to build that up, but actually, you know, you need to push the boundaries in order to keep people interested.
Keep the doors open, keep the opportunities there, just keep funding all the initiatives. Never forget what it was like to be young. I'm about to say my age, but definitely not my age, but never forget what it was like to be 18 and looking to get your first foot in the door. Just make sure you keep putting a professional face on and sponsoring these programs to continue to get people out there, because that's where the talent is. Where are you going to find the next great director, the next great script writer? Well, they're out right now blogging somewhere. That's your next script. It's on someone's blog right now. Or they're out there making films or editing something in their bedroom. You know, that's where your next great program is. So you have to keep reaching out and giving opportunities to these people, because that's the only way the whole industry is going to progress.